What's going on, everybody out there? What's going on? Taking a little road trip today. Got some things to take care of, so I decided to go ahead and make a video since I got a little time before I get to where I'm going. Today's video is going to be about truck driving. Just to give a little background on myself, I've been driving trucks since about 2015, so you can say I'm about 9 years in. Next year will be my 10th year driving trucks. I'm currently doing flatbed. I started off doing driving in a Snyder. It was my very first trucking job. And I can say this, Snyder is not a bad company, but I would say I wish I had started off doing flatbed first. And the reason I say that is when I first started driving, doing OTR with Snyder, they said it was regional, but it was OTR. Because there'd be times where I wouldn't come home for weeks at a time. You know, be out on the road, having to do my reset out on the road. So, you know, I don't know how that's regional because I was going everywhere, literally wherever they need me to go to, everywhere, every state, any place you can think of where you can drive to, they sent me there. So I don't know how that was regional. I guess it's OTR, regional OTR. I don't know. It didn't make sense. But I left there and started doing flatbed. I started driving for TMC. And I stayed there at Snyder for a year. I can say that much. And this might sound crazy, but let me back up to before Snyder. I got my CDL at the truck driving school. I don't feel like, I'm not going to say their name. I don't feel like I learned anything at that truck driving school. Nothing. I definitely didn't know how to drive a truck when I left there. But, you know, I guess that's subjective. But fast forward, like I said, did a year there at Snyder, went to TMC, did a year. And I would say this about TMC. If you want to go somewhere and learn how to do flatbed and secure your loads and, you know, feel confident in tarping, because you're going to do a whole lot of tarp. You're going to tarp everything. Some over-tarping, over-securing, if you ask me. But that is a good company to go to. I stayed there for a year. The only reason I left, I ain't gonna say the only reason I left, because, you know, I had my reasons. When I first started there, I get home on like Friday night, Saturday morning, all the time, because it takes a while to learn how to do flatbed. It takes a while to be proficient at running your truck, doing your loads, getting to the shipper, leaving, you know, in a timely manner. It used to take me a couple hours to talk stuff sometime when I first started out. I was like, man, what in the... But as with anything, the more you do it, the more time goes by, the better you get it. Okay, so I left there and I got on to another company that started doing the lease purchase. This is going to bring to the main topic of what this video is about. You know, I'm trying not to ramble too much, but I started doing that. I stayed at that company. I want to say I was there for a few years or whatever until I left, and then I'm at the company where I say the company. I'm leased on to a company now, a different company. So, you know, I make my own truck payments, taxes, pay my own fuel, repairs I have to pay for, everything. And anybody who's been driving for a while knows before the pandemic, well, I can even say during the pandemic, whenever the pandemic hit, a lot of rates went up. I'm gonna say before the pandemic. I feel like I was doing better before the pandemic, but around that time period, a lot of people got in the truck because I guess they, I understand they were looking for a job. You got everybody on YouTube telling people, man, you can get in the truck and get a couple trucks, you can be a millionaire, you can do this, you can do all that, and they just was like overhyping everything. Now, true, I will say this much, ever since I stopped doing the company driver stuff and kind of started doing my own thing, I have not made under 6 figures, not one single year. Now, with that being said, you may make those 6-figure, income, but you have overhead, you have stuff that you have to pay for. So when I tell people that, I'm gonna go fill my truck up, and it take 600, 700, 800. I've even spent 1,000 back whenever fuel just really goes up. If I have to go real far, but when you tell people that, it's almost they kind of look at you like, oh, okay, yeah, right, But I bet you can ride the whole week when you fill the truck up. No, you can't. You're not doing that. So you're doing multiple fill-ups and all this other rigmarole. But I'm just trying to give you a little history lesson as to the point I'm making to this video. I've been going OTR now for almost going on 10 years, I'll say. I got about another year. And, things just, not the same. I pretty much hauled and did everything. I've hauled big farm equipment, oversized loads. I've hauled, I even hauled cars before. Just about anything you can name, I done pulled it. I have not did the doubles, whatever you call that stuff, the triples and doubles. I haven't did that. I have no want to do that. And I have not pulled tankers. No, I have not did either one of those two. Even though I had my tankers endorsement, that's just something that was supposed to be something I initially was supposed to do when I first went to Snyder. But nobody told me that you had to shave and do all this other stuff because there's certain safety equipment that you have to do. Okay. But, I've been doing this long enough. I feel like maybe it's time for a change. Maybe it's time to get out of trucking. I don't know. Maybe it's time to go the local route. Stay closer to home. Because every time in my trucking career that I've gone out and chased some dollars, it seems like something always happens. I have a major breakdown, or one time I was up in Nebraska during the wintertime, should have known better. I got, frostbite on both my hands. I almost lost both of my hands to frostbite. When I made it back down south, went to the doctor, because some of you may know, if you've been watching my videos, that I live in Mississippi. They didn't know how to treat that because nobody in the South gets frostbite. It's never that cold down here. So there was a trip, I tell you that. There was a trip. But I don't know. And I could just be getting burnt out from driving. That could be the whole thing. But it's just like, man, sometimes I ask myself, what am I doing out here? What am I doing this for? I don't know. I would like to think that, well, I know some people, it's fun to drive trucks. They enjoy driving trucks. They enjoy seeing the countryside. I don't enjoy it. You go to a city one time, 2 times, it's just, nothing exciting about it. You've been in every state in the United States so many times, nothing exciting about it. You actually kind of learn to resent some of the states that you have to go to, because every time